Hi, my name is Dom. I'm from Whitehorse Coffee, and this is the What Would Dom Do show. This is episode 3. This is a segment that we're doing where you guys get to ask questions about the coffee industry, and I'll do my best to answer them. So in this week's episode, Steve has sent in a question about what's the best way to tamp. There are a lot of different ways on how to go about tamping, but I'll show you guys the way that we do it here at Whitehorse Coffee and throughout all of our stores. So here we go.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so this is the technique that we use here at Whitehorse Coffee. We have a rule in all of our stores that if you haven't used the grinder in 10 minutes time, that you should purge the grinder. The reason we do this is because coffee gives off a natural CO2 gas, and that gas really affects the coffee extraction. So for that optimal coffee extraction and brewing, you need to grind with absolutely fresh coffee. So a little tip, take it with a grain of salt. You know, there is a bit of coffee wastage in this, but if you do purge your grinder a little bit, that's all you need to purge. That coffee loss will enable you to brew the most excellent cup of coffee you can. So I'm just going to empty this doser. And now we're ready to grind. If you have a grinder that is a manual grinder, it's always a good idea to pre-grind your coffee so you're ready to brew. So every time you're ready to brew your espresso, take the handle out of the head and purge a little bit of water off. The reason we do this is because we really want to get the best brewing temperature of water into the group head. So the water in the group head is circulating back into the boiler and around. So we want to get all of that best temperature up into the group head. Also, if we have any spent grounds in this dispersion screen underneath here, we're washing away any old coffee. So every time we go to brew, we're towel drying our portafilter basket. Onto the scale, always tearing the scale. So when you go to dose, we have a rule of thumb that we dose about 3/4 full. At that point, always just give it a light collapse and then dose again. Now at this point, we obtain our correct dose. So don't be afraid to ever waste a little bit of coffee here. A little bit of wasted coffee here equates to super consistency. We also covered this in episode 1 of What Would Dom Do. So that's the amount of coffee that you need to waste. At this point, it's always a really good idea to level and pre-level the coffee before our bench collapse. So we do 3 bench collapses, and all we're really doing is we're just settling that coffee into the basket. Now with the tamping, it is a myth to tamp super hard and get in there and apply all the pressure. Over the years that we've found throughout specialty coffee, that being super even on your tamp and putting the correct amount of coffee in there are the 2 biggest impacts on quality extraction. So always maintaining and concentrating on being level. So as you can see, at this point, you don't even need to press down and you don't even need to apply pressure. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure that I'm level. And I'm applying constant, even pressure, always checking to see if I'm level. And then when we're taking out the tamper, we always want to do that nice and delicately with a bit of a twist. And that's our tamped espresso. So after we tamp our portafilter basket, we always move straight to the group head in one motion and ready to brew. That's perfectly extracted espresso. Thank you very much for watching. That was episode 3. That's how we tamp espresso at all of our White Horse coffee stores. Thank you very much for everybody who's been involved in our previous episodes. If you would like to get in contact, please contact us on Instagram or Facebook. And thank you very much for watching.